Namaste. Thank you for coming to this video. I'm Ferla B, and today I'm going to be sharing with you a part of my health journey. I have kidney disease, and it's not diagnosable kidney disease. I've been to doctors, I've had blood tests, I've had ultrasound, and the doctors just think I'm crazy. They think it's all in my head or something, but I can tell you this pain is very real. And when I tell them that, well, I do have kidney disease because if I drank a soda, I'd be on the floor right now in the fetal position in pain, they say, well, then just don't drink soda. That's their advice. And that's pretty good advice, but I know that there's a problem there that they're not addressing. So I've had this ongoing issue for many years. And although I've been able to heal many of my other ailments, the kidney is a stubborn one because it requires a very, very strict discipline. And I'm going to let you know just how strict the discipline is when you really have something that you want to heal. Before I get started, I want to discuss what Jesus has to say about it. So again, from the Essene Gospel of Peace, which is the actual journey of Jesus Christ and who he was and why people loved him so much. I'm just going to read about a minute of this, so I hope you enjoy it. And many unclean and sick followed Jesus' words, and sought the banks of the murmuring streams. They put off their shoes and their clothing. They fasted. They gave up their bodies to the angels of air, of water, and of sunshine. And the earthly mother's angels embraced them, possessing their bodies both inwards and outwards. And all of them saw all evils and uncleanliness depart in haste from them. And the breath, I'm just reading this, okay? This is kind of nasty, but I'm just reading this to let you know that this health thing and this battle that we're in this world to take control over our own health and our own bodies, it's no joke. It's not a walk in the park. It's not a sweet thing. It's something that we have to do as a soldier would go into a war situation and fight to win and to kill the enemy. That's what we have to do in order to keep ourselves healthy in this environment that is trying to kill us, okay? So I'm just going to read these couple of paragraphs. Please bear with me, and then I'll get on to the protocol. And so this is what happened when they started Jesus's protocol, because Jesus runs down a protocol in this book, much of which I will also be running down today. And the breath of some became as stinking as that which is loosed from the bowels, and some had an issue of spittle, and evil smelling, and unclean vomit rose from their inward parts. All these uncleanlinesses flowed by their mouths, in some by the nose, in others by the eyes and ears. And many did not have a noisome and abominable sweat come from all over their body, all over their skin, and on many limbs great hot boils broke forth, from which came out uncleanliness with an evil smell, and urine flowed abundantly from their body. And in many their urine was all but dried up and became thick as honey of bees. That of others was almost red or black, and as hard, almost as that of sand of rivers. And many belched stinking gases from their bowels, like the breath of the devils. And their stench became so great that none could bear it. And when they baptized themselves, the angel of water entered their bodies, and from them flowed out all the abominations and the uncleanlinesses of past sins, which is an enema. Okay, this is what I've been talking about all along. Enema is a miracle thing. And like a falling mountain stream gushed from their bodies a multitude of hard and soft abominations. And the ground where the waters flowed was polluted, and so great became the stench that none of them could remain there. And the devils left their bowels in the shape of multitudinous worms, which writhed in impotent rage after the angel of water had cast them out of the bowels of the sons of men. Or I say the children of God, because not to be, gender specific. And then descended upon them the power of the angel of sunshine, and they perished there in desperate writhing, trod under foot by the angel of sunshine. And all were trembling with terror, when they looked up all these abominations of Satan from which the angels had saved them. And they rendered thanks to God who had sent his angels for their deliverance. Okay? And do you know who the angels of God are that he's talking about in this particular instance? The angels of God are the blessing of this earth, the sunshine, the air, the water. Okay? These are things that, make you well. And if you leave your body alone and you give your body the right set of environmental circumstances, then you will be well. That's the whole point. So it's the end of winter, and all winter long I've been just gorging on everything, especially dairy, because that's my favorite thing. A lot of ice cream, a lot of milkshakes and milk, and a lot of potatoes, and a lot of comfort food, and also alcohol. Not over excessive, but for someone with kidney disease, even a small amount of beer or wine can be a problem. So I'm filled with, my kidneys are completely enraged right now. They're inflamed, they're raging, they're angry. I have a lot of pain back there. And it's just, I have to get serious right now about the kidneys. So the first thing I'm going to do is just stop eating, period. I'm just going to stop eating everything. I'll have some water, and I'll have some bone broth, but for the most part, I'm going on a kind of a fast. It's not going to be a completely exclusive fast where I don't eat any food, but basically I'm going to be fasting from all of my favorite things, such as dairy and chocolate, alcohol, coffee, and tea mainly. And also I won't be having a lot of potassium, which comes in the form of potatoes and starches, which I don't eat a lot of anyway because I don't want to gain weight. So I got some things here that I have a kidney cookbook. So I don't really too much look in here because she's not gluten free or paleo. So but I do have that. I got the keto book, which is very, very meat intensive. This is basically a meat and veggies book, and it has dairy as well. So I won't be going too hard on this. This has a lot of potassium, the avocado there. I won't be having avocado. This book right here, the Raw Food Cookbook, this is actually what you will find in the Essene Book of Peace. Okay? Jesus Christ was a raw vegan, and he did not, well, actually he wasn't raw vegan. He ate dairy as well, but all the food that he ate was raw, and he only ate so much food every day. I mean, it's very specific about the weights, how much food that you eat in a day. I won't be doing this though, because it's just raw is not for me because of the kidney issue. Again, there's a lot of potassium involved in that. So the thing that matches me the most is the paleo. I'll be doing mainly a lot of soup, pho, basically, with a lot of bone broth. I can handle that with a small amount of meat and vegetables, a small amount of vegetables, because like I said, vegetables have a lot of potassium. So when you have kidney disease, potassium is an issue, and it will cause pain. Another thing I wanted to share is that I'll be doing some acupressure. There are 365 acupressure points all over the body, and for the kidney area, I use a lot of the ones down near the ankle area. So there's also one in the middle of the hand, but you can easily look these up on Google, acupressure points for whatever it is that you're struggling with. And also what I'm sharing with you does apply to any ailment that you might have. If you're ill, you got to really, really change your life. Unless you want to go to the hospital or go to the doctors and go to the medical establishment who's going to give you pain medicine. That's what they give me when I go in there. Can you believe that? I have a kidney disease and they give me ibuprofen. Okay, is that crazy or what? But that's all they know to do. You have pain, they give you pain medicine. You have an infection, they give you antibiotics. They don't, it's a broken system. So the things that I'm going to share today will help you with whatever health situation that you're dealing with. And again, I just want to thank Dr. Clark, the Cure for All Diseases. This is the protocol that I live by. A lot of what I share is, tinged with my own personal experience because I've learned a lot along the way. So basically, the first thing to do is to stop eating and go on a bit of a fast. And for me, I'm gonna be making some tea, kidney tea, which comes from this book. And I actually ordered it from the Dr. Clark store online, which is drclarkstore.com. But this is the tea, and these are not in a tea bag because tea bags tend to be moldy. And so whenever you buy tea, you always want to try to buy loose tea. It's just less moldy. And this has 3 ingredients. It has hydrangea, gravel root, and marshmallow. And basically I'm going to put about 2 tablespoons of this into the crock pot with about a cup of glycerin. This glycerin will lubricate the little channels in the kidneys and allow the stones to slip out of there, because there's a lot of calcification going on in my kidneys. And this protocol is so strict because I can't have any of the things that I enjoy. And it's just like, oh God, everything is, happening at once. There's coronavirus, and so everything is weird, and the the economy and everything, and now I have kidney pain. So oh man, so I'm just going to take this opportunity to do this cleanse. And I'll be putting the tea and the glycerin into the crock pot with about a quart of water, and I'm going to let that steep for on low, not on the lowest setting, but on low, for about 24 hours. And then I'll be sipping that tea throughout the day. Her recipe calls for cherry concentrate, black cherry concentrate, but that hurts my kidneys. So I don't know why it's in there, but everybody's kidney problem is different. That's the thing about kidneys too. They're very, very weird. It's a weird organ. It's very hard to access. So you just have to do what works for you. For me, I can't use black cherry concentrate, so I won't have that in my particular tea. And the last thing I want to discuss are supplements that I'll be taking. This is bile, and this is not vegan. So if you're vegan, there is a vegan version of bile salt, but this is bile. And basically what bile is imagine that you have like a cup of oil. I should have did this demonstration. A cup of oil. I saw this on Dr. Berg, B-U-R-G. He's really great. But what he did, he showed how you have a cup of oil, and then you pour dish soap into the cup of oil, dish soap and oil, and then you shake it up, and it emulsifies the oil, and it dissolves and breaks down the oil. Well, that's what this does. Bile in your body is a detergent. It's a detergent, and it goes through your lymph system and through all your filters and your liver and your kidneys and your endocrine glands and your breasts, okay, because those are basically endocrine glands as well. And it cleans everything. It's soapy. It's going to get everything dislodged and get it moving. So this is a big one for kidneys, and I do use these quite often. The other one is cysteine, or actually cystine, because there's cysteine and cystine. This one is cysteine, cysteine. And this is a very pure supplement I get from Dr. Clark's store. I have gotten knockoffs, and I've had bad side effects from knockoff supplements. So if you know of a very pure source, then stick with it if it works for you, because there's a lot of pollution out there. And there's also pure vitamins. There's a website, I think it's called Pure, and just try to find the purest version that you can, okay, of cysteine if you have kidney issues. This is a very special helper for the kidneys. Very wonderful. And then, of course, there's always herbal supplement. This is the herbal supplement that's basically these same things, but ground up into a capsule. And there's also uva ursi in here, which is a very common. It has cranberry, which is very common and very helpful for kidneys, and corn silk, which is also very common and very helpful for kidneys. All the things that are going to loosen up, lubricate, and help to emulsify and break down and move the stones on out of there. I haven't had any experiences where I passed like a big stone or something like they show on TV. I don't know if that really happens. If it's ever happened to you, please let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear about it. but I haven't had that experience because I kind of maintained this. I've had this condition for years, and I haven't cured it yet because it's so strict, and I always end up getting better, and then I go, oh, now I can drink tea, now I can drink coffee, now I can have chocolate because those are my favorite things in the world, or now I can have a glass of wine. No, you have to change your life, like pretty much kind of almost permanently. So I have to commit myself to this protocol for at least a year to really have, to help to repair a lot of the damage. And a lot of the damage is probably irreparable. My kidneys are probably permanently damaged just from all the years of abuse. So I just have to live with that reality. But thanks for watching this video. I'm so glad that you watched it. And if you have any comments or questions for me, please feel free to hit me up. I will respond. I read everything, and I love any kind of feedback that you might supply. Namaste.